Broadcasted live from the Bowney World recording studio here in London, it's the Book Club with Parth Nobel. Hello and welcome to the Book Club with Parth Nobel. We've got the Count Dracula of Transylvania coming on today's show. But first, let's start it off with everyone's favorite part, literary criticism. I will begin by analyzing Bram Stoker's Dracula using Marxist criticism. Marxist criticism focuses on how a work reinforces or opposes the tenets of capitalism, imperialism, or organized religion, all three of which are viewed as flawed from a Marxist perspective. The book demonstrates support for capitalism most clearly when Mina Harker extols, quote, the wonderful power of money, end quote, and asks, quote, what can it not do, end quote. Stoker's Dracula demonstrates some of the flaws in capitalism when Jonathan Harker is trying to find Count Dracula's boxes. During his hunt, he regularly bribes officials and dock workers in order to get them to cooperate. The successfulness of the bribery shows one of the problems with a society that focuses on self-interest. Marxist societies focus on what's best for everyone. Since Stoker's Dracula both supports and opposes capitalism, it's considered ideologically conflicted. Organized religion, which from a Marxist point of view suppresses people, can spawn superstitions. Superstition controlled the actions of the captain of the ship that brought Count Dracula back to Transylvania. The captain wanted to throw the box containing Count Dracula overboard, which would have killed the count. However, the captain was scared of the devil, who he thought was protecting the box, so he transported the box back to Transylvania, allowing the count to live another day. Well then, I think that's enough Marxism for today. Now I'll be analyzing Bram Stoker's Dracula using feminist criticism. Feminist criticism focuses on how a work either supports or opposes the suppression of women, often by analyzing the way female characters are portrayed. Stoker's Dracula strongly supports the suppression of women by portraying women as being emotionally, mentally, and physically weaker than men. The book depicts women as emotionally weaker than men when the male characters avoid telling Mina about Lucy's death because they don't think Mina is emotionally strong enough to deal with the nature of Lucy's partial death and eventual true death. Women are depicted as mentally weaker in the book, since men are constantly impressed by Mina demonstrating basic intelligence. For example, after she put together all the diary entries leading up to Lucy's death, they repeatedly thank her for managing to put dated sheets of paper in chronological order. The imagined physical weakness of women is shown when the characters are splitting up to try and find and kill Count Dracula. The men decide to stick Mina with Professor Van Helsing, because they consider her as useless for the hunt as the old Van Helsing. I think that's enough critical theory for today's show. Hello, we now have the Count Dracula of Transylvania here with me in the studio. Hello, Count Dracula, we're really glad to have you here today.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So I hear you recently moved here from Transylvania.
That is true. My land in Transylvania has become rather barren recently.
What's made your land so barren?
There has been a rise in wolf attacks, resulting in more people dying. I am quite a sociable person, and I can't stand the lack of people. I've researched this country of yours extensively, and recently bought a nice old house here in London.
Well, welcome to England. What's been the biggest change from Transylvania?
You ask all the hard questions. I'd probably say the health of the citizens. It seems to me that you Englishmen, and especially your Englishwomen, have much more blood in their veins than the Slovaks and Gypsies of Transylvania.
Well then, that was the last thing I expected.
It's getting close to sundown, so I really should be going. I have to baptize a beautiful young woman tonight.
You're a priest?
Of sorts.
Well, I hate to see you go, but is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers here?
I hope if any of your viewers see me around, they'll invite me into their house for some tea.
I know I certainly will. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Alright, that's our show. I hope you all learned a bit about literary criticism today.